Hey there, it's me.
Now, before we get into the gaming part of this, I'll be talking about my characters. This first part is going to be about teams. So let's get to that segment now. The first team is a freeze team. The team consists of Gamin, Yelan, Scapier, and Charlotte. Now, a little more about these characters. They work pretty good together, and I think I could build Gamin a lot better. I currently have him on that one set that takes your energy recharge, since I only use his old like once per rotation. It's probably not the most efficient. Actually, I think that my supposed to say Hunter, whatever set that Nouvellette use, that is probably better. And I don't use it because I don't have Farina. If I had Farina, it would make the set actually usable on any character that I have her on the team with. Now, if I get Skirk, which I'm planning to get, I will more than likely not be putting her on that set either because I don't have a good set piece for it. Whatever. Scapier, she needs more crit rate. She has a lot of sketch pieces, though she does have a bomb piece that rolled into energy recharge and crit rate. Yeah, I think for damage. I don't know. But besides that, Yelan is built pretty good. She has a good crit split. No, I think I can use a little less crit, but on her general team, she's better. I think she should have more energy recharge. Though I do have her on sacrificial bow, so it's fine. It has some refinements, not a lot of refinements. And Charlotte. Now I did have another character. It was Iona. Charlotte just got on here because she's better overall. And since I only have one character, she does have less healing. Since I only have one character of this region, she actually has less healing, though she does more cryo buffing, which is pretty good, I would personally say. But besides that, we can focus a little more on the next team in a moment. Okay, the next team will be Llama, Yao Yao, Columbina, and Nilu. This team, not the best of team currently. I'm trying to make it better, but I had to put this team on the back burner, especially with my first team, which was the first team I pulled for real. That team was formed around Scafier, was like falling down to the weight side, and the characters weren't really built. This team works really well. Columbina is a great character, and with Llama, it makes it better. And Yao Yao, great healer. I need the heals. She supports really well. And Nilu, great like on-fielder. Currently, I'm using her as an on-fielder. I could have used Columbina as the on-fielder, and that would probably work, though Nilu just makes more sense to me, even though Columbina can use better use of not only Llama, and the Bird and Dews. But I can just say that for Llama whenever she needs to use her skill, and yeah, it all just works out great. Now, there is a couple downsides to running Nilu instead of Nefer, and that is Nefer, you don't really need a healer, though for this team you do. But there is a fine caveat. There's two good characters that works. First one being Baizu, And the second one that a lot of people are going to talk about is Yaya. Now, the next team that I will be talking about isn't finished. Still work in progress. I'll probably go into further details. Yeah, let's go. So, this team, still we're work in progress. This is an overload team. It starts off with... Can't show up on TV. Alright. Sino. Gotta forget her name. Get my head down. Severus, Fischl, and Duran. Now this team, low-key, out of the other teams which I use, like the other team can be used on this account for farming. And you can see I have like level 90s, and if you saw on my other team I had like level 90 characters and stuff like that. So it's not like I have low. My characters are usable. I beat strong foes and stuff like that, and I've been doing Stygian. I haven't been doing probably the Abyss. I'll start doing Chamber 10 at least. You know, get the free primos. But this game, not really usable, like, at all. Like, the team exists, yeah, and it works. The characters all are good at what they do. They are great, don't get me wrong. And I got Sino when I was getting Nulu during the Chronicle Wish banner. So, not only is this team a scrap together team, it's a pretty decent one. It's not terrible. There is worse teams for an overload team, and I think this team can stick out for the best of them. Now, will I say you could make the team better? Yes. I have no regrets fully on this team. I mean, personally, I probably should not pulled for Duran, but it makes Sethos usable on my account, so it's not that big a deal, and it gives me a reason to build one of the best 4-stars, being Fischl, and she's great with overload teams currently. The overload meta with these characters are really great. I think I might be over rest training, and that might make Bennett better. I won't be putting Bennett on his team because I'm building him, but this team, best team. I do have another team here, but like I won't be showing that team. Why? Well, there's an obvious reason for that I don't really want to get into, but I will explain it to you. Team, not really good. It does have a built character more than this team, which I guess, and you think about it, this team is pretty built well, I guess. Like, got high level characters. Some of the characters have artifacts, particularly Duran, Fischl, not so much. But the other team had like one really good character, but like she got all her artifacts yoinked. So like that's something that happened. But besides that, I'll just taking up time at this point. So let's get to the artifacts now. So for this next bit, I shall be switching to game footage. So before I talk, I kind of had to like look at the artifacts to get the footaging. And I guess I could say on the first team, little thing. Everyone's built besides Gamin. I'm just saying, everyone's built besides Gamin. You will see. You will see. His crit rate split is terrible. But we're getting onto it about now. Yeah, I was trying to make sure. Gamin, he has basically no crit rate on none of his pieces. diabolical, really. The only good piece is the piece I craft, and you know, this one is pretty good. I'm not showing the rolls right now. That piece is actually pretty decent, I guess. Didn't roll a lot of crit, right? Now, this is Yelan build. That piece, really great. More energy recharge. That piece, kiss. This piece, not too bad. I think I have like one dead roll. This piece, great. It bolts its grid. This piece, crafted. It's okay. Have a lot of defense. And you already saw this piece. Next piece, Scavier. I was giving her smoke. She only had like one bad piece. This one basically only rolled into like one sad. I'm about to show you how good this piece is. One bad set, you know, flat defense isn't the worst. This piece, all around good. Just all the way good. Dude did have like a few bad iffy rolls. This piece could be better. This piece, pretty good, though it has a lot of random stats. So I re-rolled it. I got thinking about it. You can see it. But like, I decided to like re-roll it. And it rolled like that. Though, yeah, I had one. But like, darn, that piece was good. And it's a 4-liner. Yeah, it has less overall, but all its stats aren't wasted. And now there's a lot more great. Flower is just good. The flower is pretty good. It has like one bad stat defense. Overall, her set is good. Also, I have her on the prospector drill. Just want to say that quick. This, I don't know. Her build is shockingly stupid. She has all these pieces. Not the best. Now she's on a double cryo team like she's supposed to be. So she crits a lot more. But she basically not crit rate, and I accidentally went on her. But we go back to Gamin and we see his weapon. Yeah, I get his ult, use it, done. This, see, this, alright. She's on Fab because I need a Fab user. Crit rate problem is crit. Now I'll be showing you their like splits and stuff like that, and how much attack. Like he has a decent amount of attack, though. He's looking for a lot of crit. No, crit rate though. He has a lot of crit damage. Her split is just kiss, and she has a lot of HP. I don't like how much HP she got, but you know it's okay. Okay, whatever. Next build. These builds, not too good. You can see, flower is actually really good. I'm probably gonna off-piece the flower. And that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. Though she does. Wait. This piece. But the Dendro Goblet might off-piece this or the flower, depending if I get one. And yeah, her set not that good. She has a decent set. Said mainly focus on her crit rate. I would like to get her on the funniest spear. But like with all these sets, I don't really think it's necessary to see their stats. They're still in the work in progress. Overall, not that good. Just overall not that good. I'd like to make him better, but is that possible? Not really. And I don't really think this video should just be all about the mediocre builds of the characters, so I don't think we need to go down that lane. So what we will be doing is something else, and that is the story. Now, I would like to do Nouvelle story, but we can't, so we have to do a world quest first. So you see, I have like a world quest in the way of New Let's quest, and I would love to do that, but first we have to get done. Well, I have to get done New Let's quest. So after I finish getting done the world quest, then we can circle back. I will be doing it and showing you all my mediocre confusion because I don't read through the story. So yeah, I will be showing you some footage and clipping, and I'll be doing a voiceover like always. Expect it. So let's get right into that. Okay, so the next part is me starting the world quest. This one's kind of long, but I did cut through most of it because, like, yeah, I was like lost throughout the most of it. This is like the old man, and this is just a best. We talked to the old man for a minute. He goes talking to us, you know, and then he tells us to go to someone, and then we go to him. And then we talk to him, and then we go back. After this, why didn't I cut this part out? It isn't a problem. I just talk to him a lot. Like, as you can see, like, it's just talking. Like, in this world quest, like, there is fighting sections. Even with this, I have it recorded. I didn't just skip through it. So, you can see how this team works. Maybe the other team, if we go to, like, another region, if there's, like, a knock-cry, or if I feel like it, I can use the other team. But you kind of can see how, like, this team works. But, like, yeah, we go back to the old man. Yep, just back to the old man. Finished. Like, he could have just walked there. He's literally just across the place. But then we just go back here. Talk to her for a second. I wasn't really I was spamming through it, as you can see, so I wasn't really paying attention to what she was saying. Then this dude come around. He exists, I guess. Like, I don't know, this part is kind of, like, filler to me. It might have important dialogue parts. I just skip through most of it, because it's, like, very long. And then talk to the kids again. Yep, these are the two kids. The little dude kind of has the same condition as the knave, but besides that, that's probably the most interesting part of this whole entire quest line, is the little dude. Which is kind of funny. If you're spamming through it, he'd probably be the most interesting person. Well, yeah. This part is just, yeah. I go to this dude. I think he's curious about that door. So, like, we go through the door. We go, like, talk to, like, the door. This is that door. I'm going to probably skip through most of it. Yeah, but we, like, yeah, he's super curious about it. That's about it. Like, all the part, not that too interesting. If you play Genshin Impact and you want to do this world quest, the most interesting part is, like, towards the end. Because there are, like, some goofy things you can do. Yeah. But, like, I did get help from this dude. If you could see his channel, like, doing this. I think I showed his channel during this clip after I'm done. I might have skipped it, so if I did, I'll go back and pop his channel on the screen. Like, yeah, I'll just go back and put his channel on the screen. That's it. Pretty much it. So we'll just be continuing. Like, this part is, like, super boring. Yeah, we just have to stand in front of this girl. Kind of hard to tell that you just had to stand in front of her, and it's kind of crazy to me. So yeah, I kind of just skipped to the part. I was trying to get her location. Yeah, but, like, it doesn't have no indication, and you literally just have to stand in front of her to start the quest line. And this one is actually kind of a little silly. It's kind of silly, even though that's the fun part about this quest line. Well, this quest is, this part is kind of silly. She wants to take a picture of a dude, so we have to go get him to like come over here. Yeah, this is just yeah. So I spam through it, so it isn't that long. But we just continue talking to her. Basically, that's it. We just continue talking to her throughout the whole time. And like all of this is just pure talk. Yeah, she's begging us to do it. Bro, can we just beat up this part? Anyway, she has us go like mess with the noise thing. It doesn't really play any noise. I guess I'm behind one. Maybe says something. I don't know. I was not paying attention. Could read through it, but I'm not. So we go talk to this dude, ask him to help us. And like this dude takes like, he's walking. Like he's just genuinely walking. Like he's supposed to be. Okay. Anyway, he's supposed to be guiding us. Like he's supposed to be like a guard here, and he's walking, casually walking. Oh yeah, we got like a gift for Clokamine since it's her birthday. And I think I was standing in front of it. It's kind of funny. Like bro is just genuinely walking his way to there. And we just kind of watch him. And like I don't know how bad she is at taking a camera, but yeah, that's the Clokamine stuff. Birthday present. Interesting drink actually. But yeah, that was just that. We like I don't know how he was walking at like decent pace. How do you mess that up? And she could take another picture if you think about it, but you know, we get paid. And she leaves and we get paid. So the next part of this quest is just us walking. And we just go back to here. And I will go back and do the dude's channel. It's gonna take me a minute, but I will do that since I said I was gonna do that. But you see, this part is kind of silly. Yeah, we talked to this dude. This dude probably bought out the other dude's like sum of cash they got. I don't know if he did. It just looks like it because the one team has 0 and this dude just randomly gets so high. But then these kids show up with a bunch of like over $1 million like money basically, which is just very random. I don't know how they got it, and I'm not gonna read through how they got it either. I genuinely just don't care enough to actually research that, and if I did, I'll probably circle back to this quest line, but I won't. These world quests, a lot of dialogue, but like this is the fight part, by the way. After we get outside, after helping them, we like talk about the water. As you saw, I pressed that option. Honestly, I was about to say we talk about the water and that option popped up. But then this dude come in, and if you weren't paying attention, he's the one who was in the room. He just yaps. These two just yaps. And I guess he's not technically evil, because I guess the kid did something wrong and they're trying to escape to an extent. And like they will begin to start fighting that dude. Start fighting the both of them. And like you can see how like frail she is, but like she's not at max. She's not really good for that, and she kills off an attack, not HP. So like her HP isn't really good. No, yes, I was not doing the rotation well. Very poorly actually. Yeah, but this team mainly just use Jay Long because, you know, he's not really built. And she's not built either. That's the main problem with the team. Like, yeah, the most crucial characters are built. And I really don't think I need a builder besides for
Swift and
healing.
merciful.
And a Scoffy half healing in her burst. And even afterwards healing. Yeah, but he does a little bit damage. As you can see, he does like 100 damage. Not as Scoffy's damage, which is, you know, pretty good. Probably most of the damage output. Then we just kind of get wasted burst. And then for some reason, he turned into a Hilly Troll. I don't know the exact brand of Hilly Troll, but he does just turn into a Hilly Troll. That is probably the most goofiest part of this. Is like, I thought he was going to be like a part of the moon thing, but no, Hilly Troll. And if you think that, like, the hour and stuff like that is just going to be the story quest, no, it's going to be Leaflets. The reason why I have this part and I'm actually putting this part in, there's actually a reason for that, and that is I finished most of it. So Leaflets part going to be a lot like shorter than normal. More or less, I'm going to not cut at all Leaflets part. So that's why it's super long. I would probably cut ahead a little more since I'm gonna have like a lot more scenes. But I mainly finished up the quest and we're just on the end of the quest. And that quest basically had like no fights. So don't worry, we wasn't like there's like any fight scenes for real. Don't gotta worry about that.
Hard hitting exclusive.
Yeah.
Things are about to get
Boy, I think I try to get a rotation in.
a burst of flavor.
Do this full rotation.
One with my blade.
Yeah, they kind of get out of the radius, so I'm kind of stuck with normal attacking. Then he almost died, so like I try to get her burst back. So her burst had like quite a big healing. But like that was the end. As I was trying to yell, Gamin. But like it's not really that big of a deal since she has also initial healing, kind of like a a Scoffier with her burst, where she has initial healing and then some more healing afterwards. But besides that, we just go back to here. We talk to his secretary. And this secretary, I guess she exists. She's doing the first part. Not really important. Then we go back to him. They put the dude in maximum security because he's like a hilly troll. Makes sense. I don't really remember his crime though. What is his crime actually? It doesn't really matter. Go back to maximum security. We are just talking to him. I don't know why they just allow us to talk to him for this long. Oh yeah, I forgot we're friends with the, man. Okay, and then like something happens to where we get time to escape, I think. I don't know, there's like a bunch of security stuff going off. You can't see the map either. But like there's a funny thing you could do. See, normally during this quest, you're supposed to do something particular. As this flash goes by, you want to get to the bottom. See, I'm guessing they want you to use the elevators and stuff, but like you don't have to. But like if you're going to try to be the most efficient, there's a couple things that I'll be showing you that you probably shouldn't do if you're going to do this quest line. If you have Genshin Impact, some people don't play it. Understand, this game is not for everyone. You can't open up your map, but don't just skip ahead. You can like fly past him. You can 100% do that, but like it will just not work at all, and you can't get around him once you get into the elevator. You might think it just wants you to get past him, but no, it does want you to sneak past. A lot of these like world quests want you to like sneak around. So I'm skipping to this part, and they actually want you to go to the light. The light is actually what you're supposed to be doing. But when you're going for the light, like I'll be showing right now, you're going to not want to attack the guard. See, you can actually attack the guard. If you pay attention, he has like a little thing on top, you can actually attack him. But like after you turn on the light, you can go down here and bam, you just go in the elevator and go down. You can't really teleport, so yeah, you have to go through the elevator. Then we get to this part. Not really important. This part, you do a little thing. You bring these things there. You should know what to do if you've done this quest line, the first part of the quest line. Not that hard. Then the main reason why this part is here, this part is very, very skippable for the whole thing, is you get to fight him and he's super easy. Like super easy.
Smile!
Like he's basically like
Here comes the catch.
father at this point of the story.
The pinnacle of excellence!
I don't know, like you look, he's basically dead. Super fast. Like it was just him dead. It wasn't even like a question. So after you kill him, now what we do? Well, we escape. And we have to go all the way on the other side of like the other side basically. Which is just very random to me. But like I guess we're going to his grandpa or father. I don't know which one. But like I typically hold it, so you can't just tap it. I don't think there's any real difference in holding or tapping. Also, the main reason why you can crit with like basically 0 crit rate is that if an enemy is applied with freeze, the enemy gets that enemy in particular gets 10% more crit rate if you hit him if you have two cryo characters in the party, by the way. Anyway, we talked to the dude for a second. He tells us that he's want us to drop her off here. I think, I don't know, really not important. And then we go to talk to this dude. Bam, bada, boom. Not really that important. Yeah, we just talked to her father or uncle. I don't know. Maybe even her grandpa. You can read it if you want. Like, I don't really think I spammed through it that well. You might be able to see it. Pause it. I personally don't care. So, wait, I don't think I showed that part. Yeah, I skipped through it. Yeah, that part was pretty forgettable though. Most of these world quests, besides like the wacky one, like there's one inside of the newer region, like Nokrai, like with the robots. That's actually really an interesting quest line. Wish I could show it to you. Already finished like all 3 of them. Maybe play the game yourself. You can see them. This part is actually kind of funny. See, I was doing this during the quest. You didn't see it because I skipped through it. This is already an hour-long video for my like first video. Didn't want to add more part to it, but basically, you don't want to go through it since there's like no real method to get in there. So like, there's 2 ways to get in there, and like one way can get you the prize, but the other way is just kind of stupid. So if you just kind of look around here, there's not really much you can actually do. Now, there is a way to get in there. If you hop on top of this place, you can actually hop on there. After you hop on here, you just jump in, you get one glider, and bam. Like, you can't really do much, and you're more likely going to hit that. So wait, how do you do it? Well, you can get a Wind Catalyst or Wind Bow characters, or you can just figure it out with like Wind Traveler, I guess. You could probably get it through with Wind Traveler. I'll be using Dakota. Dakota is the character. You just shoot it. If you use a Wind Catalyst or a Wind Bow character, you're more likely just going to be able to hit it, and you just jump right by it. And you're done. You're basically done. That was the most interesting part about this. Then we get to the quest. See, I'm gonna continue it. I'm going to just have the quest play out, not with me talking. So we'll be skipping to the end of the quest. Okay? We'll be like skipping out me like talking again at the end of the quest. This will just be mostly gameplay, and you could laugh at how dumb I can be at moments. Okay?
Welcome to the Fortress of Meripede, dear esteemed guests.
We're back! Oh, and a greeting from none other than the Duke himself! Guess we made a name for ourselves at this place.
This isn't anything new. I figured you had important matters to discuss when the two of you, not to mention the Chief Justice, showed up. Let's assume we've gone through the pleasantries and cut right to the chase. I do remember a thing or two about Domenico. He once attempted to round up the other inmates and instigate a protest.
Who does this guy think he is? Paimon hopes nothing came of it.
He once attempted to, I said, meaning that it was over before it even started. And now he's threatening Melazines, is he? To be honest, Domenico doesn't seem like much of a conspirator. The fact that the three of you bothered to personally investigate raises a flag. Is there something else going on behind the scenes here?
He's got the same concerns we do.
I am concerned about this incident because something similar has occurred in the past. I wish to meet Domenico in person and have my questions answered.
That's an easy one. Let me think. I think he's at...
Did I hear someone say Melazine? What happened? Sijuin! Yeah, and we're investigating. The person who threatened her seems to be imprisoned here. Really? Is Kiara gonna be okay?
There's no need to worry. Clarande is protecting her as we speak.
Well, that's great. But if the criminal's still... Is there anything you can do about this?
Ah, head nurse. Do you require me to personally deal with the criminal?
Wriothesley.
Okay, I get it. I'll bring Domenico to you. That's your only demand, correct?
Think of it as more of a humble request. I'm here on my own accord, not to formally transfer a criminal for trial. I urge you to set aside any concerns. Thanks for the trouble. Consider me in your debt.
Whoa! If Paimon were the Duke, Paimon would take this chance to ask for something really important.
Well, were I still a criminal, I'd probably ask for a lighter sentence. But I'm sure Monsieur Neuvillette would reject that. But enough jokes. I'll look for Domenico and bring him to you. Make yourselves at home. Our dear head nurse has mentioned you quite a few times, so I'm sure she has a lot to say.
Please come with me to the infirmary. And watch your step. There's some pretty...
Skip that by accident. I always do that. I was kind of pissed I did that. Besides that, just continue. Just continue the quest. But just, I'm gonna be here during moments where they're not talking. Which isn't what I need since I basically... This whole quest line is just like...
Take it easy.
But so it's just gonna be me when I'm walking. Look at this map way too much when I'm doing quests. But we go straight through and we get there. Like, that's pretty much it.
Did Neuvillette just walk by?
Now that I think about it, I can leave this place soon.
Wow.
Huh?
So this quest line is mainly just learning more about what people know. Not really much else. And the parts about the place. Like, honestly, this quest line is just can be summed up by talk.
Please rest here for a moment. Oh, and would anyone like anything to drink? Paimon's not that thirsty, but thanks anyway. Thirst is a warning sign that you're dehydrated, which means you have to drink up even before that. I'll bring you some tea. I'm sure you'll have a lot to talk about. Typical Sijuin. Concerned about everyone's health as always. Why aren't you two saying anything?
You noticed them too. The badges they wore on their chests looked quite familiar.
Familiar? Paimon didn't even realize they were wearing them. But if both of you say so, let's go ask them about it.
That's not a bad idea. I will stay here and wait for news from you.
basically go around arguing. That's it. Nothing too much about it. Like, I don't really think there's a lot he talks about. He's not really important.
Anything you need? Oh, this? Are you interested in joining the Mutual Aid Network?
See, they're just talking about
What's that?
network.
We have a very long history, going back as far as 400 years ago.
Yeah. Just talking about
We have never had many members throughout our history, nor do we have much of a reputation, but everyone treats each other like family.
like
Helping
it's
each other is our
not really
purpose.
that important.
At the same time, we seek to maintain just dealings as much as possible.
Sounds like a pretty neat organization.
It's not really that important.
All we want is to defend ourselves. None of us have ever committed serious crimes, and we're not especially powerful either. We're at a natural disadvantage here in the fortress. But people won't give us a hard time if we stick together.
So you would think that was important, but we only really talk about in the players only like say one, and that's her.
You two look kind of familiar. It's the symbol of the Mutual Aid Network designed by our first president. From what I've heard, it's based on something called a Medal of Peace. I've never seen one of those medals for myself, though. The first president of our network was an amazing person. Powerful as he was, he never used his strength against anyone. He encouraged the weaker criminals to stick together and look out for each other. All of us have a lot of respect for him.
That's basically pointless to me.
Interested in joining the Mutual Aid Network?
Yeah, this
If you'd like to learn more, here's our flyer.
See, he just gives me a flyer and a book.
Our slogan may have evolved over the centuries, but our goal has remained unchanged.
Wait a second.
Here, this book is for you. You're welcome to come and sign up anytime.
He was a flyer in a book.
We should have gathered enough information. Let's head back and talk to Neverland.
Now I'm talking because
Did you manage to gather any intel?
Mm-hmm. The people who wore the badges belong to an organization called the Mutual Aid Network. According to them, the badge's design was inspired by the Medal of Peace. Have you seen any of those before?
I personally crafted 2 of them myself. They were awarded to Carol in Vautrin. Carol's medal was destroyed in a fire. The only one that remained should belong to Vautrin.
Oh. So the network was inspired by... Monsieur Neuvillette, His Grace has requested your presence in his office. He's found Domenico.
All right. Let us talk to him first and get to the bottom of this situation.
Take it easy.
There's really nothing else to do. Just walking. A lot of these story quests have a lot more stuff you can do. Like, obviously there's going to be stuff you can do in this story. But like, yeah, overall, a lot less.
Allow me to introduce this fine gentleman, Domenico. Why don't you explain everything to him?
Neuvillette? What do you want? What are you gonna do? Kill me?
Calm down. I merely want to ask you a few questions. Was it your idea to send that letter to a Melusine? Hassan has already confessed, so there really isn't any need to keep hiding.
That idiot! I can't believe I trusted him.
Let me ask this another way. It was your idea to send that letter, correct?
Yes.
Who is pulling your strings?
What? You're not trying to frame me for something I haven't done, are you?
It's best if you realize the gravity of your situation. The Chief Justice of Fontaine has been personally investigating your case. I assume your previous attempt to incite unrest at the Fortress of Meripede has something to do with this as well.
I admit I acted on impulse. I'll tell you the truth. But before that, you must ensure my safety.
I can do that.
You see, we're all reasonable people here.
I only intended to do some small business at first. Someone contacted me about delivering some goods and promised me a generous sum of more in return. After making a few trips, I was suddenly approached by the Marechaussee Phantom. They accused me of smuggling prohibited items, and I was put on trial. But I refused to accept any of that. The ignorant can be rightfully absolved from guilt, right? Well, I suspect that someone got me locked up here so they could get their hands on my goods.
And then you decided to take revenge on the Melazines? Over that?
My initial target was Nervilette. Everyone in the Fortress of Meripede was declared guilty by him, after all. So they must more or less hold a grudge against him, right? If I could get them to strike back. But for some reason, no one wanted to team up with me. That mutual aid network in particular. What did those nobodies even gain from trying to challenge me? Seriously. In the end, I had to redirect my focus onto Melazines to salvage things. I recall that Kiara was the one who confiscated my goods for inspection, so I asked one of the more approachable guards to send a letter, claiming that I meant to contact my family. But the letter was in fact addressed to Essa. I requested that he write a threat letter to Kiara and force her to resign from the Marechaussee Phantom.
Am I to assume that the claims you've made are your own thoughts? Have you been in contact with any suspicious people recently?
No.
Is it true that all members involved in the smuggling scandal have been caught?
Yes. And that's all I know.
Sigewinne, please take him back to the detention center. I'll deal with him later. So, Monsieur Nervilette, you were concerned that there might be a shadowy faction looking to capitalize on the delicate situation with the Melazines to stir up greater chaos?
Yes. I experienced a similar incident in the past, so I had to be prepared for any possibility.
And how long ago was this incident?
More than 400 years.
You might be overthinking this. Time can change a lot of things. Everything's different now.
What do you mean?
400 years ago, you and the Melazines you brought to Fontaine were the outliers in society. But in the present day, if someone were to threaten the safety of the Melazines, people wouldn't just sit back and do nothing. I trust that they would make different choices from before.
That's right! We saw lots of people standing up for Melazines on our way back to the Palais Mermonia.
Monsieur Nervilette, the Melazines are a species you introduced to Fontaine. How the public treats them is also reflective of their attitude towards you. When people refused to place their trust in Melazines, it was because they were still on the fence about you, their unfamiliar Chief Justice. For almost 500 years, you've conducted every trial with impartiality. You made the right judgment each time, regardless of whatever nonsense went on. People no longer have any reservations about you and even consider you a symbol of the law. Right now, your every decision will impact all of Fontaine. In other words, you've gradually transformed the whole nation.
Paimon gets it now. No wonder no one wanted to join forces with Domenico.
I am undeserving of such high compliments. From my perspective, I have simply been fulfilling my duties. It isn't anything special or worthy of praise. I'm simply fulfilling the promises I've made and searching for answers through my judgments. It is unnecessary to hold me in such high regard. The complexity of human emotions and willpower far exceed those of mine. As a matter of fact, I believe that you are the ones who deserve my respect.
There's no need to be so modest. The current state of affairs says it all. You're no longer that outsider you were before. Even if you wished to investigate something on your own, many would take the initiative to lend you a hand.
I must say that you've made a fair point. Thank you for clearing my doubts. Now that the case has been settled, I should get going.
Huh? You're leaving?
And so soon, too? Why not stay for a cup of tea?
Thank you for the offer, but I know how this place works all too well. While some are here to redeem themselves, there will inevitably be those who harbor resentment towards me. The less time I spend here, the better. My presence could very well result in an unwanted disturbance.
In that case, I'll have to insist. I still have 2 more things to say.
Please, go ahead.
The first is about the guard who helped Domenico send that letter.
Ah, I know of what you speak. The guard was indeed deployed from the Palais Memoria's staff. However, as I mentioned earlier, I visited today on personal business. Therefore, I leave that matter in your hands.
Well, that makes things a lot easier. Hey now, don't let your imagination run wild. Those from up there have a tendency to sympathize with others. However, down here, such thoughts will put you at high risk. I'll have a chat with the guard and remind him to take precautions in the future.
I see no issues with that.
Great! That's one thing out of the way. What's the other thing you wanted to say?
The other thing was born from my own sense of curiosity. Now, I've heard that you investigated the mutual aid network. Is that right?
Yep. Neverland thought their badges looked familiar.
I noticed the small gang as well when I first took over the fortress of Meropide. They were not great in number, but every member always made sure to stand up for what was right. I've looked into their founder, Vautrin, who once stood trial and was sentenced to imprisonment in the fortress. According to existing documentation, Vautrin remained disciplined throughout his imprisonment. He had never once engaged in physical or verbal aggression. In other words, how he presented himself in prison was very different from his behavior in court.
What? During his trial, I could sense that his feelings were complicated. He appeared to be full of resentment, and I believe he had every right to feel that way.
Perhaps he had been putting on an act.
An act?
Neuvillette and Vautrin had a close relationship as superior and subordinate. Vautrin must have known that the Chief Justice would make an impartial judgment. Thus, the more resentment he displayed, the clearer it would be to those present that you were upholding justice. And to those who had been sitting on the fence, Vautrin's act was a very meaningful one. That's all from me. Does anyone else have anything to say? Now's your chance.
I don't have anything to say, apart from expressing my gratitude, that is. Well then, let us head back. No need to see us off.
Please, take care.
That trial is something I rarely bring up in conversation, but I have always felt deep regret for what happened to both Carol and Vautrin. The words he spoke in court often replay in my mind, as if urging me on to do something.
But Risley said he never resented you, right? Isn't that a good thing?
I believe I now understand what he wanted to tell me. I feel conflicted about those words. How should I describe it? Surprise, relief, fear, and regret. But this blend of emotions has led me to finally understand some things. I would like to hear your thoughts, too. What do you think of me?
Paimon agrees with everything Risley said. As Chief Justice, every single one of your trials makes an impact on Fontaine. What do you think, Traveler? Hey, any comments?
What I really think is, every trial you've ever judged has left its impression on you. And that's what makes you who you are today.
That is indeed a reasonable assumption. As I said, I find it difficult to express my emotions because I cannot fully understand myself. But I trust your judgment. Since some time ago, I have begun to notice the changes that have occurred upon my person. These changes were not due to any specific occurrence, but emerged as a result of time itself. I will try to contemplate this further. Thank you both.
Oh, huh? It's raining! Oh no, Paimon forgot to bring an umbrella! Come on, let's hurry before it rains harder!
It's raining again? I've had enough of this weather.
There go my travel plans.
Did you read the news this morning? Quick, put away everything on the clothesline.
When is this rain going to stop?
Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
They're planning to reanimate the monster. We have to report this to the Chief Justice.
The Fortress of Meripede. It's a good place for me.
He owes me so many answers.
Nervillette? You could say he's the real symbol of Fontaine's justice.
Watch him closely. He could be trouble.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
Who's been threatening Melusines? Show yourself!
You will see much in the human world, from the delightful to the depressing. And one day, when you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past. Good morning, Monsieur Neuvillette! The rainy season's almost over! The skies are supposed to clear in a few days!
I hope you find time to enjoy the sunny days ahead.
Is the matter resolved?
Yep, we found the person who sent that threatening letter. Risley said he'd keep a close eye on him, so the Melusines should be safe now.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Sorry for dragging you all into this.
There's no need to apologize.
Yeah, you didn't drag us in. We got involved of our own accord.
By the way, where's Kiara?
At the Palais Mermonia, more than 50 people offered to protect her. Some even hid within the bushes to look out for danger. I was worried that the excess of protection would make her feel uneasy, so I asked her to stay inside the Palais. It's very safe in there.
What a relief.
Looks like the dust has finally settled. To celebrate this joyous occasion, Monsieur Nouvelette, would you be interested in an exclusive interview?
That's not how you celebrate!
I will consider it.
Really?
Of course. My schedule is full for the following weeks, but I should be available next month. Come up with questions during the intervening days, and I will answer them to the best of my ability.
Yes! Thank you so much, Monsieur!
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must head back to the Palais and issue a communique to publicize our investigation results. I hope it will assuage the concerns of all.
Take it easy.
Kiara?
Monsieur Nouvelette? Sorry, I accidentally fell asleep.
It's quite all right. I'm here to tell you that we have caught the sender of that threatening letter. You're safe now.
Thank you, Monsieur. And thank you too, Traveler and Big Sis Paimon. Everyone's been so nice to me, so I've always felt really safe.
Do you remember Domenico? He was the sender of that letter.
Let me think. I can't remember. My memory isn't that good, so I easily forget things. By the way, I saw Carol in my dreams just now. Where's she gone, by the way? I haven't seen her in a long time. In my dream, she looked really happy. She held my hand and said, "Kiara, our dreams have finally come true." I can't remember what our dreams were anymore, and I don't know why. But I felt really happy too.
I can sense your joy. It is indeed a delightful moment.
Monsieur Nouvelette, are you happy too? Oh, I almost forgot! Am I allowed to go out now? I promised to model for Alov.
Of course. Off you go.
See you next time, Monsieur, Traveler, and Big Sis Paimon.
See you next time.
So, we're done. I do a 11 different roles. You get to see that. I think, I don't know, did I keep in? How I'm editing this, it makes it rather inconvenient for me to remember exactly how it goes out. But, yeah. So we'll be doing 2 quests. And that will be Farina's or I think She-Tween. I guess if you need one to choose, I'm probably gonna have to choose. The next few videos are gonna be Roblox and Coherent Kingdom. You'll be seeing the brink of what I do on my account on a day-to-day basis. I guess I'll start recording the Cookie Run Kingdom things because I'm gonna need a lot more editing. Like, I can't just like start the stuff since I basically in the other video. If you watched it, you don't have to watch it. It's a long gap fest. But if you watch it, you know I basically finished most of the normal story, and the rest of the stuff I do on that stuff is a lot of random grinding. Cookie Run Kingdom is a lot more, personally I'd say, grinding. So we can circle back to that one. I'll just start on it. But the next video is more likely going to be Roblox. If not, the game, not going to be precise, but it's either going to be me playing Forsaken or Deadly Delivery. But if it's not one of those, it's probably just going to be me playing TDS. I mean, doing some stuff. I don't want to do TDS because there's no event, so it's not like I'm going to be trying to get the new event characters, which I have currently already finished the current event, and I don't really think it's interesting with nothing. Basically nothing for these pools, by the way. Besides that, also I'm not really going for the main character. I just have full fever. Anyway. Besides that, we'll be continuing this, but on the next part I will be upgrading in Maximus and getting her to level 80. Hopefully I can ascend her finally and max her out. Probably not gonna happen, though. I do have all the materials. I did like do a lot of collecting. I skipped over it because it takes forever. This stuff without a character to reveal on the map takes a lot longer than you might expect, surely because how annoying it is. But yeah, I collected it all so I can send it to level 80. I just need to get the normal materials, so yeah. So the next part of Genshin, I'm probably gonna ascend Starlit, and I also get a standard banner pull, which I don't think I'm that far on petty on standard banner, but I will more likely be getting I think a 3-star. If I do get more than that, okay, not really that big of a deal. I might get a character, I might not. But besides that, yeah, it's just mainly not a lot for me to do. I'll be doing a bunch of videos when Varka come out. I won't be getting Varka. I'll be trying to go for Skirk. So that pool, kind of dumb. Though I did build a little pity, and I did get Duran's weapon ascended one more time. Since I do use the Lion's Roar, and the Lion's Roar, whenever you do Pyro or Electro damage, it does increase the damage output. But yeah, I got Charlotte's stuff, so with next time, which is going to be coming up, I might just do another Genshin video. Might, and it probably be more focused on stuff, me doing stuff on my account. But yeah. Also, with this, I finally get all the materials for the weapon. Yeah, for the weapon. But this part of it, what I did right here, was just pretty random.
Busted.
I just thought it was a fun, goofy part that I did, so I kept it in. It also was just very stupid how I did it, and I was kind of acting like a little dummy, like I already am when I'm playing Genshin. But if you didn't know this, which you might not know this, so that's why I'm saying it. You see, how I activated it is kind of more unique. You see, if you didn't know this, while I was hitting that, trying to see like how that works, there's actually a reason behind that. There's actually a reason behind it. See, besides just being able to do that, your characters can also proc the effects. So like, if I didn't want to, I could have just use her ability, and it would have worked. Like, if I use her skill, it will send a little shock down, and if I use Charlotte's hold skill, it will also send a one, and it changes color between each one. So since I have Charlotte and Escoffier on my account, I can actually perform both, being light and darkness, which is kind of fun actually. I think every Fontaine character can interact with it. Now, a lot of people don't notice this, which is fair. I think you're supposed to do something. I didn't know it. I just shot at them, but I didn't know at every single point there was a wind current. Like, I just now realized that. See, during the next one, you're going to have to do the wind current, which I didn't. In the initial time I did that, I didn't even know that the wind currents actually did this. So yeah, I didn't know you could just go on top of it. Actually, I think you were supposed to be on top of it during the first part, but I was just acting goofy. Like, since Ceylon has that like radius thing, I was able to get like, I think 2 of them. I was able to skim that. Yeah, skim it. And like the other ones, I was like, wait, how do I get it? And then I realized, oh shoot, I fell off by accident. And then I realized, oh, there's a wind current. So I popped those 2 at once. Shot that one. I couldn't like normal shoot it, so I had to do that, which is, you know, auto aim wasn't working like normally. And I almost lost it at this point because I wanted to be in the inside. You don't have to do that. This is pretty random. This part is pretty random, though it does. I would recommend getting it. As you can see, it brings you to the top of here, and if you didn't notice, there's a deluxe chest. I think that's what it's called, and a Hydroculus. So it's not only worth doing this, I personally recommend it. Now, yeah, this part took me like a couple. It only took me all of a couple minutes, and I not only got 15 primos and a free item and a free colorful item that I could do. Well, blueprint, a free blueprint. All this from just doing some random quests. And besides doing what I did and almost falling off, you don't have to do that. You can just stay on the top and shoot them. You don't have to be on the bottom. Personally, I don't think if you don't have Yelan or a character like Yelan, which has multiple hit, it would probably be like hard. I think Farzan. Though if you do want to do it how goofy I did it, and you don't want to have the full Yelan, or I don't know the other character, do it. But you can also do it with Farzan. If you use her skill, then hold, you can do it with Farzan. I don't know who else has a unique shot. You can't do it with Sethos, but I think you could do it with maybe Tainari. Has that little bullets that shoot out after you hold it. That might work. If they want to do some silly aiming, get to like do like a little silly aiming. Yeah, I got his Dragon Warrior up to R3, which gives him a lot better buffing. But after that, I just take it down. Yeah. But yeah. So next video is going to be a Roblox video, I believe. I might not do a Roblox video, but yeah, I'm probably gonna try and get my friends on a Roblox video. It just might be just one or the whole group chat. But that's beside the point. And if I do my friends with me, I'll be probably random.